If you want to be a background actor, well then, honeys, don't go anywhere because this video is for you.
1, 2, 3, funk it.
My darling, I love you, 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 I love you.
Hi my little honeys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Anastasia, also known as your fave social media girl. I am an actor based here in Toronto. I do background acting and I also do principal acting as well. This video is primarily going to be like a guide for you if you are looking to get started in background acting, if you want to know more information before you want to get started, because I've had a lot of people ask me questions on my video where I posted a day in the life of a background actor. If you wanted to watch that one, I will link it down below. I for sure had no idea what I was getting myself into when I started in this business. So I just feel like it's important to kind of share with people my experience and kind of how it all goes. I break down this video into 5 different categories for you. I'm going to talk about why I started background and kind of what brought me into this world, what you do before you get on set, what happens during when you're on set, and then what happens after you're done and you're wrapped on set. I'm also gonna do a little like overall, I guess, general review of background, if it's for you, if it's not for you, just to kind of help you out to decide at the end if you wanna do this or not. Why I started background. Wow. I went to a theater school here in Toronto and I studied 4 years there. It was like a conservatory acting program. Once you graduate, you are able to get credit to go to the union. In order to become full union, you need 3 credits. I am what is called here in Canada, it's considered apprentice. So if you have 1 credit or 2 credits, you're apprentice. And then when you become full union, that means you have full 3 union credit. My theater school, unfortunately, did not teach me anything. If any of you honeys want to have a video based on my theater school experience and what was that like for me, is it worth paying the money to go to theater school? If you are interested in something like that, please comment below and let me know. I'd love to spill the tea on that one. I've always felt like if I ever got booked on a lead on like a really big union set, I would have no idea what I'm doing. I would have no idea how it all works. So background might be a good way for me to get into it because A, I'm getting paid to do this, and B, I'm not having the pressure of like learning lines and this and that. I can literally just stand on the side and I get to learn the whole big picture of what's all going on, to get the experience and to make connection and to really learn what's it like to be on set and how set works. Reason number 2 for me was money. Toronto has primarily been in a lockdown since November, and money is obviously tight. Film sets have been the only thing that has been allowed to work for pretty much almost the entire year. My sister was the one who said, listen, you don't have anything else going on. Why don't you try doing background? You get to learn because you want to get the experience, and at the same time, you're making good money because I have the 1 apprentice credit. I've been doing background probably, I think I joined in October or November of 2020 with the agency. I'm now with 2 agencies. It was just my own personal preference. So that's why I got started with those 2 reasons, is the experience, I'm wanting to learn, and also making money during COVID. Honeys, now I'm going to be getting into the actual like what to expect guide part of this video. I am really nervous. I don't want to come off boring, and I hope this really doesn't come off boring. I also just want to get as much information as I can for all of you so you really know what really goes on, because I wish there was a video like this when I started. And by the way, I'm looking down at here because I have a lot of information written down so I can remember it all. Before you get on set, you're always going to get a call or an email from the agent, depending on what agency. In that email or the call, there will be the whole entire breakdown, like is it interior or an exterior shoot, overnight or daytime, location, how many days you're working, how many COVID tests you have to do, and that is really important that you always make sure about all the COVID tests. By email, usually you just have to click like if you're available or not available, or just email back. It's not super hardcore if you always, like if you say no. Be careful to not always say no every single time you get an email, because then the agency is going to start to think that you don't really want to do this, and so they're not going to send you out as much. Whatever you get booked on and you make that money, they take commission commission off of what you make. So you are technically their meal ticket. So the COVID test, that will all be in the breakdown of that email or the phone call. The rule is here in Canada, anybody who is on set, whether you're a production or a crew member, you are tested every 72 hours to 48 hours. You cannot say no to COVID tests. You say no to COVID tests, you are not working. COVID tests can be 3 ways. They can be the rapid test, the half one, and then the full one. Obviously the full one's the one that's like all the way up here. The half one goes in here, and then the rapid test is literally just around. Sometimes I will get both the rapid and the half test. I will sometimes get a call last minute if someone canceled, and the agent will be like, can you be on set tomorrow? So what they'll do is they will do a full test today. They'll be like, you have to go get COVID test today, and they'll do the one that's half, and then tomorrow when I show up on set, they'll do a rapid test just to make sure that you're still all good if that one doesn't come in before. In terms of safety on set, working on sets, it's like the most safe job you could possibly ever have. You are most of the time, 90% of the time, always double masked. And most of the time that I've always been on sets, you have to have the face shields on. They provide them for you, and they provide their own mask, so you can't wear your own. They usually have 25 people just on the one area where you're filming, and they literally make sure that you're wearing your mask and all that good stuff. The only time you ever take your mask off is when, I'm not kidding, the director says background and you're already in the filming area. You literally pull off your mask, you either put it in your pocket if you have one, or you give it to the COVID officer. You film the scene, and then as soon as they yell cut, you come back and you put your mask back on. You are like always extra super safe. Once you confirm that you are going to be available, usually what they do is that they send out the breakdown for you first to make sure that you fulfill the requirements. And by requirements, I literally mean like you cannot have colored hair, you cannot have fake eyelashes, you cannot have nail extensions. If you have any of those things and you are unable to meet the requirements, you obviously have to say that you're unavailable, that you cannot do that gig. Sometimes they'll say no visible tattoos. They just mean that if you are not able to cover up your tattoos, then you obviously can't do that gig. Most of the time you will be able to always cover up your tattoos because we have crazy makeup that does all that. Just make sure you know what you're getting yourself into when it comes to the requirements. Once you are available and they send your photos or whatever to casting director, and the casting director approves you, you're gonna get booked, you're gonna receive an email. Call sheets. So call sheets usually don't come out until the night before, and they can come out as late as 11 p.m. Lots of times when I get an email that I'm booked, they will say, hey, just to let you know, heads up, it's gonna be an early call time, like 6, 7, 8. So you're already prepared in advance, being like, okay, I gotta know what's going on. Call sheet will tell you what to bring, like what the location is, where you're going, how your hair is supposed to be, if you do any makeup. If they don't talk about makeup, you just do basic makeup. If they don't say anything about hair, that just means wash your hair and just keep it natural, and then that's it. It is the day of that you are now going on set. Do not be late. Really don't be late. Make sure that you know where you're going. Make sure you leave on time so you have enough time to find where the holding area is. That's where like the background main area is for you to like keep your stuff, to chill out and just hang out until you're called to actually film. Pack enough food. Please, I'm literally telling you, I've been that background actor who thinks, oh, I'm only gonna be there for a few hours. I'm just gonna pack like a few snacks and a lunch. No. If it's a very high budget, they are going to have very nice, beautiful food for you. If you're a vegetarian, the food options are most of the time carby or just light salads. I always bring like 3 million snacks, tons of food just to keep it going.
Expect to be there for a really long time.
It's a really minute-to-minute basis schedule. So do not plan things for the next day thinking that you're gonna be done because you start at 10 a.m., you're gonna be done at 10 p.m. Be prepared with food, be prepared to bring things to set. Like we're talking laptops, books, like puzzles. Like I literally bring my entire office with me when I come on set. Like I edit on set, I work on my acting resume. I am currently trying to figure out my demo to apply to agencies. Once you get there, you will have a lot of downtime. So you're gonna wanna work on all that kind of stuff. So yeah. Okay, so now we are on set. When you get there, you're gonna need to check in. You're gonna be in an area, it's gonna say BG holding. That's kind of your area where all background's gonna be, hanging out. You'll be there literally the entire time. Filming will happen at a different location. When you get there, you are going to get this voucher. They come in white, blue, and pink color. The blue, I believe, is for a full union member. Pink is for the apprentice. And then the white one is what you get if you are non-union. There's also these new ones that are going around that they're green. This is like the little like clip of it. It literally looks the same thing as the pink one, just at the very top. what it is that you just say. If you're a full member, AAB, apprentice, I believe. If you look at the pink one, you have to make sure that you fill out everything correctly, because this voucher is literally your voucher to get paid. If you do not fill it out correctly, they're gonna miss paying you for whatever it is. As you can see on the side there, it says first meal and second meal. If there is a penalty, you have to make sure you put in the penalty, because if they missed a meal, that's a meal penalty, and if you don't put that in there, you're not gonna get paid. You write in your name, your address, phone number, SIN, email. You do not do the GST, QST, HST. That is strictly for production. Fill out the production title, so that is the name of what you are filming, production company, the movie or show that you're on. You do your signature. You don't do the producer representative. That's the AD that fills it out for you, and then you have to agree. In the comments below, usually they'll say things, how many COVID tests you did, if you had a fitting, just so they are making sure that you are getting also paid for your COVID test, which can either be $50 per COVID test or $100 per COVID test. The other thing you fill out is the date, your category at the top right there, BG. The rest of the stuff, like your first meal, second meal, wrap time, travel from, travel to, call time, whatever, that is usually filled out either by an AD or at the end of the night when you're done. Do not throw this out. Literally keep these until you get your check in the mail. Once they check you in with that whole voucher, you then have to go to hair and makeup and wardrobe. So hair and makeup's gonna do their thing to you, and then you're gonna go into wardrobe. If you did not have a fitting and you have to bring a bunch of stuff, like if you have to play an office person, you will bring 3 full outfits based on what the requirements they said in for wardrobe when you got your call sheet, and you'll show them your outfits, and wardrobe will then decide whether you're gonna wear some of your pieces. They'll also have some of their own pieces, so we might do a mix and match. Then after all that is done, you can go back to kind of like the table that you chose to sit at. I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but you are bottom of like the food chain. Do not act as if like you are the center of attention, because, well, you're not. You will meet a lot of interesting people, and you will meet a lot of people that are not very nice to you. Once you're actually filming, you might be fully in the frame, and you also might not be in the frame. You might just be like 300 meters away from the camera, just in the background walking around. Make friends. Honestly, I'm obviously not saying go up to their table and be like, hey guys, are any of you directors? No. Keep your eyes open, talk to people, learn a lot, go forth, see what's up. Now that you are done, you have been wrapped on set, either you will be brought back to your holding where background is, either by the shuttle, by the bus, depending if you're far away. You will then take that same voucher that you had, and you will then fill out all the rest of the stuff that if you had a meal penalty, when you had lunch, did they upgrade you on set essentially to be like person who's going to be literally on camera holding this. That's a special skill upgrade. So make sure you put that in, because that's extra money for you. Sometimes the AD will fill that out for you, and sometimes they'll ask you to have it all filled out. They just check it and sign. If the AD does fill it out for you, make sure you check it to make sure everything's all good and dandy. When you are gonna get home, they will send that background voucher that you had, because they'll have 2 copies for you, one for them. Their production office will go through paying you and then send it to your agency, and then your agency is going to send it to your address. It's always a check in the mail. They don't do direct deposit. You will usually get it within 2 to 3 weeks after you have shot the gig. Make sure you write your address, not the agency's address, because if you write the agency address, the check is gonna go straight to them, and then the agency is not gonna know where to send it to after, and then your check is missing. Once you get paid, one of my agencies, you just email their invoice email, and you say, send me my invoice. You take photos of your check that you got, and then they will send you back an automatic website that you click on. That's how much you pay their commission. They already calculated for you. My other agent, they like it when you manually do it for them. They take 10%, and you just have to take cash. You can e-transfer them, or you can come to their house and give the money to them. I like stopping by because then it gives me a chance to also say hi to them. You might get booked for continuity for that same gig, you might not, but you're then just gonna keep getting more gigs and more gigs. So that's essentially your little mini guide. Honeys, we are coming to the end of this video. To conclude the kind of pros and cons of doing background, pros are that it is really good money, it's really good exposure, it's great connection, it's a really fun time. You get to learn a lot if you're looking to do this industry full time. Cons is the huge miscommunication that happens on set. Sometimes you're not treated the greatest because you are kind of bottom of the totem pole. The scheduling can get like really crazy. This is the other thing that you have to keep in mind. If you're looking to do acting full time as a principal actor, the more stuff you do in background, then the less you're able to audition for that stuff. They obviously cannot book you if you were the secretary who was clearly vividly seen as a background actor for a few episodes of a show, and now you want to audition for that show. They will not do that. I hope this video, honeys, really get to help you, and I hope you were able to get a lot of information out of it. If you have any videos you want me to do, what exactly to bring, or hair and makeup, how to get a background agency, comment below. I'll be more than happy to do these videos. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Anastasia_Piro for, you know, lots of fun content. Subscribe! Love you, honeys, and I'm gonna see you all next week. Mwah! Bye, babes!